Hello, welcome back to our family. If you are new to this channel, my name is Brenda, and today it will just be me in this video. I want to talk a little bit about pregnancy during COVID-19 and an update on my pregnancy since it's been different. First off, this pregnancy I haven't talked about much. Most of you don't know what we've been through since the beginning of our pregnancy. It was planned. We got pregnant right away after TMI, after birth control. According to my due date, we got pregnant probably the day I removed my birth control. Anyways, the first trimester was rough. It was very scary, and we didn't know what was going on. I had bleeding my whole first trimester, and it started with just spotting, and then it started increasing to the point where I was very negative. Unfortunately, I was very negative about this pregnancy, but thank God for Jesus. He stayed so positive about it that it made me see it differently. So what I have, I still have it. It's called a subchorionic hemorrhage, also known as subchorionic hematoma. It is a blood clot or bleeding in between the placenta and the uterus. But in rare cases, like the one that I have a blood clot in the placenta. And they've been monitoring it monthly, and it's still there, but it hasn't grown too much. It's a good size blood clot, but thank God the baby is growing good. That's what they're monitoring it. Usually when that happens, the blood clot could potentially stop the nutrients of going to the baby and the baby not growing. Thank God that that's not the case. My bleeding stopped after the first trimester, and everything has felt way better after. On Thanksgiving night, we had to go to the ER because out of nowhere, this was at night, I was removing my makeup, getting ready for bed, when out of nowhere I had a lot of bleeding uncontrollably. Like, thank God I've never had a miscarriage, but to me that was I was 100% sure I was having a miscarriage. I was very upset. I got very upset. I called Jesus in the bathroom, and I mean, you see a puddle of blood and usually you imagine the worst, right? Well, he didn't. He stayed very positive about it. I mean, we have already experienced spotting the whole first trimester, so, but this was different. I sat in the toilet for a good 5 minutes, bleeding, and when you see blood in the toilet, I think it looks like a lot more than it actually is, but kid you not, it was a lot. I definitely went straight to the hospital, and I was already expecting the worst. Jesus was so positive the whole time that I think that has helped me so much. They did an ultrasound, they did a urine test, and I was still showing pregnant, but I wanted to see the ultrasound, and it took hours to get it done. We were there for a good 4 or 5 hours, but the ultrasound showed the baby nice and healthy at the size that he should be. We didn't know the sex of the baby at that time. He was still very little. So after that, I've had a lot of ultrasounds done, and in every ultrasound you can still see that blood clot. So now they're monitoring, the growth of the baby bi-weekly. I am in my 3rd trimester. And I had an ultrasound done 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago at my doctor's, and they could still see the blood clot, so they sent me the next day to my specialist. I'm seeing my doctor and I'm seeing a specialist for this. So the specialist I saw the following day, and according to the doctor there, she didn't see anything. So this is the best news I've gotten all my pregnancy. And, I've just learned to live with it. I know in my head, it's like, now I'm so positive about it. Like, I see the ultrasounds and I see how healthy my baby looks and how much, oh my gosh, he is such an active baby. Hasiel was active, but this one is probably twice as active. He moves so much, so much. So I think it'll be exciting when he arrives. We'll see what kind of baby he'll be. I'm super excited. But anyways, subchorionic hemorrhage, hematoma, it's not very common. It only happens in, I believe, 3% of pregnancies. But what I have that's inside the placenta, it's even more rare. So yeah, that's what I've been going through this whole pregnancy. But other than that, I feel really good. I feel really good. And I know he'll be a healthy baby, and we're gonna meet him soon. And my excitement is just bigger than anything else. And same goes with my family. And every ultrasound, even on his, I believe it was a 9-week. I think I had a 9-week ultrasound. He was the size of a gummy bear, they said. He was so formed and he was moving so much. After that day, my mom went with me to the ultrasound where both of us were sure that after that, how we saw him move, we knew he was a healthy baby. And that day just changed my whole thinking about this pregnancy, because my hopes were very low. I wasn't announcing it to anyone because I was thinking the worst. But thank God, and I know God will give me a healthy baby boy. So moving on to being pregnant during COVID-19. Honestly, I think it's made a difference. Yes, for sure. I miss my family. I miss them a lot. Yeah. But everything is for the better of our baby, my health, the health of our baby, and for this to go away quicker. I'm not scared. I don't feel scared. In my head, all this is just how I think. This is how I'm taking it. If I am thinking negative about all this COVID-19, then I reflect all that, again, in my opinion. So I'm staying positive and I'm thinking that I'm not scared. I am being very cautious, but I'm not scared. And remember, if you are pregnant, everything that you feel, you transmit to your baby. So try to stay as stress-free as possible. It's hard, yes. We are experiencing a different type of pregnancy, but just later to look back into this and you're creating a story. I mean, you'll tell your baby when he or she is older, everything that you went through, that they were in a global pandemic. It'll just create a story and you'll look back and smile at it. So things that I personally am doing to stay active and to keep my mind busy is, and I really recommend this, I have been reading. Every morning when I get up, I make my tea and I sit down and read. I am reading right now No es por vista by Cash Luna. It is a Christian book and I really recommend it. I'm almost done with this book and I don't remember ever finishing a chapter book in my life. Of course, I read in school, but there was times that I had to skip chapters, and I don't know how many of you know of Spark Notes. That's what if I would fall behind a couple chapters, I would just go to Spark Notes and read the summary, and that's how I would catch up. So this has helped me in not only pregnancy, in life, I feel like there's always something there that you need to hear. If you can read every morning and every night before bed, it makes a big difference. I've noticed it. I really have. If you have me on Snapchat and you've seen the quotes that I put almost every day, I don't do it every single day, but I do read every single day. But the quotes that you see me posting on Snapchat, it's from this book. I have a 3-year-old toddler. So of course I stay busy all day. I have something to do all day. And if you are pregnant for the first time, I can see this being harder on you. For your doctor appointments that you can't take anyone with you, yes, it's hard, especially if it's your first baby. Not that the first baby is more important than the second, definitely not. But it is the first experience that you're going through. With Jaciel, Jesus went to all my appointments with me, and this one, he hasn't been able to on my 3rd trimester. Before, of course, he did go with me. But I see it for the best of my health, our baby, and for us to get out of this situation. The quicker the better. And yes, he can't go with me to the appointments, but he'll be with me with my baby. This is just the memories that you create after your baby is born. You won't even remember not having your husband, your partner there at your appointments. That once you see your baby, your whole mind will change. I can't express how you feel after you hold your baby. You won't think back in the whole depression and sadness that you went through because of these things. And I'm gonna say these little things because after your baby is born, those are big things. Those are big moments. So but that's just my mentality. I know it's hard. Most likely we will not have a baby shower. I'm due the beginning of July, and if I would be planning it now. But even if this whole quarantine thing goes away by next month or whatever, I feel like I'll be in self-quarantine for extra time because I don't see this COVID-19 going away in the next couple of months. So even if there's no quarantine, I'll be self-quarantining. And what's more important? Baby shower, my baby. Of course, the baby beats everything. I'd rather have a healthy baby than anything else. So yeah, it's sad, it's upsetting, but you can always do something else. You can do an online baby registry and have your family there do a virtual baby shower, or you can do the welcome party after your baby. After all this is going away, you can still do something. With our family, what can't we do? Of course they understand, and they're gonna support us in everything that we decide. So yes, unfortunately, we are most likely not having a baby shower. just think of it this way. The health of you and your baby is more important than anything else. So again, my mentality, but this is just words of inspiration. I'm not a motivational speaker whatsoever, none of that, but hopefully you can see it in a different perspective. Also, I understand we are not able to go into any store and pick out, like visually see the cribs, the strollers, and that's a big issue, yes. But even before all this, I personally rely on reviews 99.99%, and I am getting prepared way sooner now, because I feel like right now that I'm ordering everything for the nursery and stuff like that, it's taking forever to arrive. So just so you know, if you're in your second trimester or if you're already in your third trimester, start getting prepared. I already ordered diapers, wipes, and those itself took probably a month to arrive. I think the diapers are not taking so long. Now I only ordered newborn and size 1 just to be prepared. Just stay positive. Don't give your baby any stress. Don't transfer that stress to your baby. And we have so much time to think so much stuff while we're home that it can get very depressing. But I mean, I just grab depression and it's out of my head. There's no room for depression in my house, my family. It's just I already registered for the hospital. I am doing a hospital delivery. It would not, I mean, home delivery was not even an option for me. I didn't want to do it. And also because of the subchorionic hemorrhage and stuff, I am considered a high risk pregnancy according to the doctor. But in my mind, I have a healthy, well pregnancy. That's very important to think about. If the doctor tells you one thing, of course, follow their guideline and what you have to do, but just think positive, because what if I would have in my head, oh, you have a high risk pregnancy. Subchorionic hemorrhage does increase the risk of any pregnancy complications. It does. And I know that, but I don't think about that because I'm having a healthy baby. I think that is it that I wanted to talk about. Just really wanted to give those words for, I think a lot of pregnant moms need to hear some good words or see the situation of some other moms, what they're going through. And I know every situation is different. I am very thankful that I am able to stay home, that I don't have to work. I'm caring for my toddler, for my unborn baby, and I am staying very, very active. And I mean, I think I've been nesting for the past month, and I am 31 weeks right now. But I want everything to be ready. And I mean, the house, I've been extra busy with keeping the house clean and disinfected, especially with all the packages coming in. I disinfect them so much. I mean, I spray them with Lysol as soon as they arrive. I obviously don't carry big packages in because I'm not supposed to carry anything heavy. But I disinfect everything very well, wash my hands after, don't touch your face, you know, everything that we've been listening to in the news for the past couple of months. Also, another thing, groceries and essential trips. Those, we're having our groceries delivered home because I feel like, yeah, Jesus can go get the groceries, but what difference does it make when we send him to the grocery and anything happens, he's bringing it home? Those are just precautions that we're taking. And I want to stay away from the stores. I want my family to stay away from the stores, Jesus, and don't bring anything in the house that could potentially be contaminated or whatever. Not that the groceries that they bring are 100% safe, but at least I'm not in the store around other people, and you know what I mean. I am enjoying my pregnancy to the fullest no matter what. Take lots of pictures, girls. Take lots of pictures if you are pregnant. I am barely starting to do that in my 3rd trimester, when at the beginning I said it was going to be different just because with Hasiel, I worked my whole pregnancy and I can't find any nice pregnancy pictures that I took when pregnant. I didn't have a pregnancy photo shoot, and obviously with this one, we were planning on having a pregnancy photo shoot, but we'll not be having. We'll probably be having it here at home, Daddy being the photographer. I just want those memories. And even though I didn't have a pregnancy photo shoot with Hastiel, he will be included in this pregnancy, and you know, it's just a little different, but that's the way it is. Just, ladies, enjoy your time, enjoy your pregnancy. Don't stress out. It's easier said than done, I know. But try to stay mentally and physically active and safe. Stay safe, really safe, because the last thing you want to do is visit the hospital during this pandemic. Just think, when you have your baby, none of this will matter. My excitement, my love beats this situation by far. So I'm enjoying every moment to the fullest. I am super excited to have my 2 boys together and finally meet, because Hastiel is so anxious to have his baby brother with him. He thinks that as soon as he comes out of the egg, because that's what he calls it, he thinks his baby brother is in an egg inside my belly, obviously. He thinks that he's going to be able to play with him and jump in the trampoline right away, but he'll see that's not the case because I tried to explain it to him, but I think he needs to see the baby before he can process it. So yeah, I'm super excited, and nothing or anything is gonna bring me down. So yeah, I think that is all I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you everyone that has been following us, and if you are new to this channel, I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. That helps us a lot. Stay tuned for the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.